Bring that ass back to the smoke pit.
Hey.
Here we go again. International takeover. We got myself, Dan Sharp, Marine Corps veteran, 12 years, 5 deployments, no big deal. You got Mike Sensi over there, you know.
Just hanging out.
Afghan veteran of many different conflicts, both imaginary and real. Our shitty executive producer, Mike Stedman, who is referred to as EP Mike, and our ever sexy guest for today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Garen Jones. How are you?
Best-selling fucking author.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Best-selling author, fucking New York Times, Sunday Times. Look for his books. You can check him out on Instagram. He'll be tagged in all of our stuff. British infantryman, Iraq and Afghan veteran.
With a teapot.
With a fucking glorious Union Jack teapot. So, with you being British, I'm going to assume that you've probably either met like the Queen or a prince or something. Like that's just like a thing, right?
I've never met the Queen. I wasn't valiant enough on my tours to do anything deserving of meeting her.
You didn't kill enough people.
Oh yeah, I didn't. Yeah,
you're almost there.
She's but he's not slayed enough bodies to get into the palace.
Your Queen's a savage too. Like I see her out there shooting.
The Queen's a fucking legend. I love the Queen. The Queen. I got a lot to say about the royal family in general. I think they're really cool. I've met Prince Charles on a couple of occasions. Once as a schoolboy, and it's like a quintessential English thing. They were opening some fucking museum or something like that, and he came around and he's like, "Do you like school dinners?" And I was like, that was my conversation with him the first time I met him.
Well, don't leave us in suspense. Do you like school dinners?
Did you answer correctly?
I was not a fan, but he's the prince. Because I was like, he might have him executed if I say no. So
let me pause you real quick. I just want to let everyone know that our shitty producer went to Ireland and brought back some blood pudding, which he then burnt in my kitchen.
That's probably a good thing.
All right, please continue.
Yeah.
When you met
so the second time I met him was in the military capacity. Went to an event at St. James's Palace, and it was it was like a nice event. Everyone got the number 2 dress on, like the ceremonial dress.
Yeah,
I got my single medal on there. I was looking single medal swinging around in the breeze, but it was cool because it was like to get to the event. Where they put us up in hotel and stuff, and you walk. One of my friends was there. He was from a different regiment, but we'd both been in Iraq at the same time. We'd gone through like pre-deployment training with each other and stuff, and he was there with his girlfriend at the time, and it was really great, like walking through London and people stopping and taking photos and all that kind of stuff. And then we went to the reception, and and there was like people coming around with hors d'oeuvres, I believe they're called. And
before you go on though, were you drunk when you were walking around the city?
No, I was.
Because I would love to know where all these random pictures of you with people, like they're going through their old albums and they're like, "Oh, look at this young bloke."
No, they're probably looking.
How sauced are you?
No, they're probably looking at 150 pounds with like my uniform hanging off me, looking like really bright red and embarrassed and stuff like. Now when I look back on it, I look like Jared Butler in my mind, and I'm going around and my like sleeves are bulging and everyone's like just like hanging off me. Yeah, and then there's a big orgy, Caligula style. But then the reality of the situation is I probably just looked like a massive fucking dweeb who was probably still like I was still probably like hyper like reactive at the time as well. I'm probably like looking around everywhere with big wild eyes. Just got back from Iraq. But yeah, we met up and me and my friend were like, fuck, you know what it's like, dude, especially being a grunt. It's free drink going around. You don't want to be saying no to it. But then at the same time, I'm thinking, well, this is a military event. If I fuck up here, I'm probably going to be posted to the Falklands for the next 20 years, counting penguins.
Yeah, because did you have a lot of higher ups there?
Oh, it was all like there was. From what I remember, there was I'd say like a half dozen junior NCOs, and everyone else was like there was a lot of fucking stars in that place.
Wow.
Like there was a lot of brigadiers cutting around, and it was like. And
the prince, no big deal.
Yeah, the prince is there, and them's aren't the circles that I moves in, really. So, we were waiting for our turn to come around, and then a few of us kind of got shuffled into line to meet him. And like, when you take one look at someone and you're like, this guy is absolutely shit-faced.
Yeah, in fact, the first night we met.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's very true. That's right. And so, like, he's coming along and he's got like, the red cheeks and everything like that. And he's like,
he's tall too, right?
Kind of like slurs his words a bit too. Anyway, he's tall. Yeah, he's got a good, cuts a good figure. And he starts coming down the line and kind of like talking to us. And he's like, oh, so you're there then. And the brigadier introduced me. He's like, this is Lance Corporal Jones. And I think you call him like Your Royal Highness. And he's like, oh, you've been to Iraq, yeah? Because you see my medal and stuff. And then he's like, oh, my son's in Afghanistan. And I'm thinking, hang on, mate, I thought it was supposed to be about me. Like,
way to make it about you.
Yeah, this is your thing now, is it? So we had a couple of things where you like, you know, a couple of generic, like, mail getting through questions and all that kind of thing. And then he moved on to my friend and the guy next to me. And I don't want to give his name out on here, so I'll just call him Corporal H. The brigadier's like, oh, this is Corporal H, sir. He's awarded, mentioned the dispatches on Operation Telic 3. He goes, oh, well, what'd you get that for then? I was mate's like, well, basically, sir, I went in the house, someone started shooting at me, so I ran upstairs and shot him in the face. Like, oh, that's jolly good, yes, jolly good. And then, yeah, and like, so he was like, he was pretty shit face, he moved off. And so, like, at that point, then I was like, all right, now I can start having a few drinks.
Yeah.
And I see my friend Ryder, he's like a really big, strapping Yorkshire lad, and he was talking to some, like, little dweeb over in the corner or whatever. So I went over, like, slapped my friend on the shoulder. I'm like, fucking hell, mate. Like, I'm not really comfortable in this place. There's all these fucking cunts around. And I might realise he's talking to General Dana, who's the head of the army.
Oh my God. And I'm like, the head of the army.
And I'm like, I'm going to the Falklands.
And for those of you who are fucking idiots, historically, the Falklands are a very not good place.
But then I took one look at him, and I was like, oh, this guy is absolutely wanker too. So it was funny, because it was like all the lance corporals and privates in the place. We were like, because we were all so worried about consequences, we were super well behaved. But all the members of the aristocracy and all that, were just absolutely minging, just getting on it. But yeah, that was the last time me and him hung out.
Yeah, he hasn't texted you lately.
Don't like to drop his name too much.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably listening to the podcast out now anyway. So shout out, Charlie.
I think with the reach that we have on social media, we might be able to get his attention.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. His son's about us, both of his sons.
Oh yeah, and the fact that he like pretty much just dedicated the rest of his life to like the Invictus Games and
that's awesome.
other pro veteran organizations and events and stuff. Like, it's just righteous, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No, they're super cool. They're very good with the forces. They're very good with the country in general. Like the amount of fucking work that they put in on the charity side of things. I have some friends who work directly with them and stuff, and they said like they fucking. It's not like, oh yeah, slap my name on it. Like they bust their ass. Like they really do bust their ass, because they're like a. You think of them like they're like a producer in a way. It's like they're the guys, or maybe not your producer. Can I get in on this thing?
yeah, that's right. Hell yeah.
But they're the ones who like. They fucking make shit happen. Like, they make shit happen they make the phone calls, they shake the hands, kiss the babies, all that. Yeah. And they're the ones that get, like, you know, they'll get money released up for charities in a way that, like, mere mortals can't do.
Oh, for real. Like, if the queen or the prince was like, hey, do you want to donate money to charity? I'm like, yes, you can have everything in my pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
But, like, if literally anybody else was, like, besides Jesus.
Like,
even Jesus, I'd be like, do you have a pamphlet? Like, let me look this over.
I'm like, come on, Jesus, can you do that thing where you, like, turn the money in my pocket to lots of monies and then hook us both up, you know? Like, but I digress. So I think one of the biggest preconceptions that we have of the British military is that you guys are just like, if you're not drinking tea, you're banging whores and just like shit-faced drunk, like because I
just peeing on each other.
Yeah, because I trained with the commandos a bunch.
Oh,
and,
fuck.
And like PT with them was just like, all right, we're gonna go run 5 miles to the pub, get schnickered, and then run 5 miles back at the same pace, if not faster. And so like that's like the conception that we have of the British military, and also the fact that like that they would just rather sit there and just like be in the fucking pocket and just like trade like lead and just like, you know, almost like the trench warfare where, you know, it's just like, let's fire 10 million fucking rounds at the other guys, you know, and just like whoever the better man is. And like me, like I always thought like, you know, like fix and flank, you know what I mean? Combined arms dilemma. Like, you know, how the fuck can I end this conflict with like the least amount of rounds? As with the British, just like another strafing run, another A-10.
I think it's because we had such restrictive rules of engagement in Iraq.
Yeah.
Like literally it was like we're on what was called Card Alpha, which is you literally, like, you could see a truck full of them.
Yeah.
RPGs over their shoulders. They're not firing it. You can't do nothing about it.
You served in both Iraq and Afghanistan, if I'm correct.
As did you, I think.
As I did.
As did we did.
As we did together. bravely and meritoriously.
I'm sorry, I'm young and handsome and missed Iraq.
Okay, only 2 of those things are true, and only 1 is vaguely true. Because you are almost in your 30s, my friend.
Still in my 20s, whatever. Count it.
I'm pretty sure from what I've heard about that place, it's still like pretty war-y. Pretty sure you could still.
I can still make it. It's true. Yeah, there's still time.
Yeah. One of my friends has been there recently, and I'm like, but did you? But did you go to Iraq?
Really go? Yeah. Yeah, a buddy of mine is a contractor there, and he got shot I think a year or 2 ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And he didn't even make a big deal of it. He just sent me a picture with a gaping hole in his chest with blood coming out. After they had fixed him up, and he was changing out his bandage wound.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What the actual fuck? What the fuck happened?" And then he just left me on scene for 12 hours. I was losing my fucking mind.
Left you on red like a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, one of my friends he was out there when he went up to Mosul, whatever the fuck you say it. And he was showing me. He's like, we went out. Classic veteran drinking night. It's we've had one drink, let's continuously talk about Iraq and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was showing me, and dude, this city is just level.
Fucking
there
level.
is no city. Kind of makes you think what's the point in fighting over the city if you're literally just going to level it? You might as well just is it really a point in having something back like that? I don't know.
Yeah, we just need whatever fucking apartment complex has been putting up all these cookie cutter, overpriced piece of shit, fucking matchstick, fire hazard,
right?
Fucking apartment complex, and just go build a metric fuck ton.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some good real estate development opportunities out there.
Yeah. All right, so we got some great things that we want to talk about. So we got an anonymous message from a corporal of Marines in the infantry, and he says, El Guapo, with your penis so large. Clearly he's talking to me.
This is a letter to himself. No one believe.
No, but he basically said, today's bitch-made society is so sensitive. Back in the day, we used to get our dicks stomped in for hazing, but now if you so much even yell at a boot, you'll get fucking kicked out. So his question for us is, how do you instill proper discipline into your subordinates without getting kicked out for hazing? Mike?
Let me just solve all the world's problems for you guys.
Yeah, that's a recurring theme. Is I ask a very simplistic question, and then he's baffled.
I'm not baffled. I'm just not paying attention.
Which he was pre-briefed on.
He did ask me before this.
Plenty of time to think.
Thinking of our Uber driver. Okay. Honestly, man, I've always said the same thing. I'm about aggressive leadership as long as it's not intrusive. As long as it's relevant to the training and the mission.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, as long as you're not hurting anybody just for the thrill of hurting somebody or upsetting somebody just for the thrill of it, I think it's all good. Discipline is instilled in different people different ways. So kind of just know your people and know their limits, but don't cater to everybody because everybody's not the same.
That was the most politically correct answer.
I'm running I'd like to announce I'm running for president.
President of the No Answer Question Club. All right,
that's my answer. What do you want?
So, what's hazing like in the UK? Was that a thing?
It was, and I feel like it's probably the same here. Look, dude, my thinking on this, right, is I remember a couple of very distinct lessons from my youth, and I did shortened training too because I came from reserves and went into regular service.
You were 17 when you joined, right?
Yeah, so the week I turned 17, and this happened.
Wait, so you were like freshly 17?
Oh, I was so fucking firm and fresh.
No, because there's a difference when when you're younger and one of your buddies yeah, I'm dating this girl. I'm like, how old is she? 17. Did she just turn 17 or is she about to turn 18? Yeah. There's a difference. You were 16.
Come on, I'm right there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was literally I went in at 6 because you can join at 16, and then but yeah, without going down that whole what age thing, I was young. I was 17, and I remember one night on this, like I said, it was a shortened training package. And we were doing a night attack, and it was back in the days where there wasn't really much tactics other than a cover and move, kind of a bounder thing, and that was the answer for everything, which still kind of is in some ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't change fire positions after a few rounds, and I got kicked in the fucking head. And
seems fair.
You know what? Fucking remember that lesson.
Yeah.
And you know what's a lot worse than getting kicked in the head? Get shot in the head.
Fair.
So he kicked me in the head, but then later, he praised, I did some stuff during that attack that I did well, and he praised that, and I was never, sullen about it, and I think, if I could meet that guy now, I'd fucking shake his hand. Now, I don't know if I ever would run into him in the army again because he did get kicked out for beating recruits. So like maybe that proves the point. But I really would thank him for teaching me that lesson. Didn't fucking give me a bit of a shaking up head. No worse than you get playing football or rugby.
Yeah.
And it taught me a really fucking important lesson. And like we used to do other stuff, and you know, like I think being in the infantry is just like it's just this never land of like you never really kind of grow up, and you get a bunch of kids who are like full of testosterone and a bit wild. Because let's be honest, especially in the infantry, you want to go shoot people in the face. You're not really not really like a functioning person in the first place.
No.
I think a lot of this stuff was like where this trouble is coming from. Is you're trying to put right, I'm hungover, so let me try to see if I get this straight. Round pegs in square holes? No, that would work. Trying to put a square peg in a round hole, right? Yeah. And so
but if these round holes are the size of the vaginas that Mike usually goes after, then you can put a book.
Well, he said the women were big. He didn't say the vaginas were big.
Yeah,
big woman, big vagina. It is a mathematical fact.
Do not assume, sir.
Big stomach, little pussy.
Yeah, because all the fat is like compressing the vagina.
That's right. Yeah,
you know
that's just science.
That is science.
Did we just discover something?
I'd call it the collapsing star
but
method.
in order for that to happen, though, she'd have to be on top. And that's a hell for us to use. Like, and she could clamp onto that thing in a vice grip that you could not get out of because he's basically got you in like fucking jiu-jitsu pin. I'm sorry, we're not acceptable. We thought this was going to become acceptable. It's not. Factually, it's still off the table.
Yep. But yeah, like you were saying though, retains.
Yeah. So maybe these motherfuckers they're not supposed to be in the infantry.
Yeah.
But because of the way things are going, and it's like you can get away with being a bit less tough. That you can end up in those things, in these places where you shouldn't. And like, look, I get where people are coming from when they're trying to make these things nice, but one, fuck off, because you're not helping anybody. Because like the reality of war is never going to change. So you can try and make training as hard as as soft as possible and not hurt people's feelings. But when people start fucking shooting at you and you start losing people and everything like that, I think you're actually doing a real disservice to those people that you've supposedly helped because you haven't prepared them for the realities, and that's going to super fuck people up.
Fuck.
And the other thing as well, dude, like, there's only so easy you can make war, right? Like, when it comes down, like, there's no... We've hit, like, there's a base limit in war about how, like, you can have some air conditioning in vehicles and you can make some kit lighter and stuff like that. Certain things are always going to fucking suck about it. So you can't take all the fucking... the gnarliness out of training, because you can't take the gnarliness out of war. Now, that being said, we haven't actually answered this dude's question. The way...
I've been waiting.
the way that you can get away with hazing and stuff like that. Yeah, the way that you can get around with hazing and stuff like that. No cameras. Blood pacts.
Yeah.
Cut those hands open. Blood pacts.
Yeah.
Oaths. And if the worst comes to worst, and you take the hazing too far, take it all the way, bury that motherfucker on the training area, and and you'll have a secret that'll bond you for life.
That's right.
Yeah,
I like that.
So I came in 2004, and some of my senior guys were still wearing like tricolor shit. It was right at the shift of the digital age. And so I remember when I was a boot, like I got set on fire. Like, yeah, I got beat with an A-barrel. Like, I got fucking thrown off of decks and stuff. I got fucking group tackled and beat up and all kinds of shit. And this is the way my senior guys. And let me show you how fucking cerebral these cats were. They're like, yeah, you fucking stupid boot. You fucking like that hazing? Of course you don't, because you're a fucking piece of shit. And guess what? If you go fucking cry hazing, like little fucking pussy boot you are, they'll be like, one less fucking gun in the firefight. Then fucking gonna get yourself killed because you want to cry fucking hazing. One less fucking senior lance corporal there to fucking save your ass. When you're in the shit, you're gonna fucking stand that. And I'm like, oh God, like if I report them, like they're right, I'm gonna die. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I need them there to lead me in combat.
Well, you knew you were gonna just. I told you if you're gonna spit on me, make it cheers. But yeah, the thing about you knew you were going to combat, right?
Yeah.
So that was in your mind. I think maybe now it's like people don't see the imminent thing of, oh, you're going to go over to Iraq. Like you would have known you were going to fucking Iraq.
Yeah, we have more people dying in motorcycle crashes that are active duty than are dying overseas.
Yeah.
And the majority of people who are dying overseas right now, unfortunately, are like tier 1 like operators, like the special forces guys, Rangers, Berets, SEALs, whatever. Like you've seen mainly them in the news are the guys who have been dying recently because they're over there training embedded forces. Something goes sideways and they get killed. And so it's not like Joe Blow, fucking logistical supply clerk, from the Minnesota National Guard. You know,
Yeah, right, yeah.
Like, he's not expecting to have to go and fucking, you know, tat a motherfucker up.
Yeah.
And so I think the way that you solve this is it starts at the fucking base level. You have to instill to them that the military didn't join them, the Marine Corps didn't join them, the Army or whatever the case is didn't join them. They joined the military.
That's a good point.
Nobody fucking asked them to be there. They're of their own free will and their own fucking decision. And if you're going to be the kind of bench-made piece of shit that's going to go in the military and expect everybody to treat you with kid gloves, correct yourself.
Yeah, just don't be a bitch.
Every time you say that, we make money.
To the point where I have to pay myself royalties to say it. No, but that's 100% true, though. Like, these fucking 18-year-olds, they have this mentality that, like, they're doing somebody a favor by fucking showing up. Like, no, that's not the case.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a backlash from this kind of thank you for your service
For sure.
culture. Because now it's kind of like, well, you do fucking owe me for your service. It's like when I told you guys yesterday when I was at the airport, you know, got a bit of the beard going on these days. And, you know, I dress a little foo-foo-ish maybe in some ways, let's say. And I'm at the airport and there's this guy coming through with his kit bags that were like bigger than he is. And he's like looking at me like, fucking disgusting civilian. Look at you.
You're like, you motherfucker, I was losing friends in combat before you lost your virginity. I will break you.
You weren't on Hastings. And if anyone gets that reference, then shout out for Mel Jacket. Yeah, but you can see that. Like, it's like, dude, because I fucking hate it when people are like, thank you for service. It's like, dude, for all you knew, I could have, maybe I was, the worst Lance Corporal in British Army history, who mowed down more of my own men than I ever did the enemy.
Copious amounts of civilians.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'm like, yeah, this attitude of like everybody from it is this fucking gleaming hero who is like, one, the military is full of assholes who are like, and like all this fucking inflation of opinion. It's like we have pretty big egos to begin with. We don't need any more of this ego stoking.
Right.
And I think that's the problem with young people is there's like a generational. Fucking sound old as fuck now, but it's like a generational entitlement thing. Anyway, you damn kids and the music.
And then when Reagan was president, pump the brakes.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I thought you were in Iraq, the Second World War. Sorry, bro. Yeah. But yeah, like, and then on top of that, it's like there's always automatic then entitlement. And dude, I don't know if you've seen some of the commercials. They've been making like advertising recruitment commercials in the UK.
Yeah,
like,
I follow
recently.
their Instagram. Yeah.
Oh my fucking god! It made me want to go and join the Taliban. I was like,
This is why people jihad.
This is it. I'm done. Exactly. Yeah. Hashtag fucking jihad. I am.
Yeah, because I
hope it isn't trend.
I'll be honest. I really only follow the British social medias just because I was hoping to. Like, before I got a girlfriend, pick up a couple cute British PFCs, you know?
Yeah, good luck finding them, mate. I spent 12 years in kit and I never seen one.
No, they must keep them all they must hire models for the advertisements.
Course, they do hire models for
what?
Them. Look, of course they do, man. Look, there's no one good looking in the British Army. None of us have got any teeth. We're all fucking alcoholics.
I knew it.
You know? Jesus Christ, like... I can honestly say, and this speaks for a lot of the guys too, even on deployments, it never got to the point where I was like, oh, you know what? I will have to fuck one of the girls that's on tour. It was like, nah, I can wait.
Yeah,
it's only another 4 months. No, I'm sure there are a couple. I think I've seen a couple. No, I'm just lying. Sorry. Can't do it. I feel like I'm under oath on this podcast.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I tell you what, no, I am kind of fucking around like that. But I think the part of the thing is like, I've seen a lot through your kind of Instagram and stuff like that, when I just like happen to fall over and press the button and look on these like gun buddies accounts. It's not that I want to look. No, I don't want to look. But they're like makeup in uniform and all that kind of stuff, which, you know, their prerogative. If they want to do that, great. I'll say this to the girls that I did serve with. They didn't go in for any of that stuff. They didn't. They weren't doing makeup or anything like that. Right. They were turning up just like the lads. They would squared away. And that was it. And I tell you what, man, I served with some fucking awesome chicks who were ballsy as fuck. And I think the whole sex thing, to be honest, a big part of it, I'm backtracking a bit here now, is just because...
Remember your career.
It's because they were seen as one of the boys.
Yeah.
They were seen as like one of the boys, and, you know, you had a lot of respect for them, so it wasn't like, oh, I'm just going to go through like a cum dumpster kind of thing. It was just like, this is one of my comrades who I really respect. And therefore, my penis will stay in its pants.
I don't get that because, like, if my boy was like, "Oh man, like, fucking these girls or whatever," I'm like, "I'll give you a hand job. I don't care.
Right?
Like, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
You know, like, so I kind of feel like it would have been like it would have enhanced your friendship if you had sex with them.
That's an interesting way of looking at it, Harvey Weinstein. I'm not sure.
Hey, nobody's benefiting from having sex with me. Okay, it's purely for pleasure.
I don't know, dude. Like I've also like you know the Afghan army. I think you went to Afghanistan. Right?
I did. Yes,
all right, you went to that one. Just check.
If I ask Afghanistan, he means Kyrgyzstan.
All right, so
I went to the airport.
So you know, like the Afghan army and the Iraqis were the same. They're partial to a bit of bumming, and all that kind of stuff. And like maybe you're right. Maybe they're just like, look, guys, this deployment sucks. Just square us away.
You know what would make this deployment suck a little less?
Yeah.
Or but a little more. Those plump fucking lips on this shaft.
Depending on how you look at it.
It's like, dude, when you're in a we call them sangas. You guys, we say guard posts or whatever, like the towers. You're up there for 2 hours with each other. Time would go a lot faster if you just jerked each other off.
Sure, yeah.
2 hours? 2 hours? Jesus Christ, I got fucked. My shits were like 12 hours.
Yeah, but you do the rotation.
No, they just leave me on
really?
for 12 hours.
Oh, you must have, fuck that. Dude.
And that's how I came up in the military. So that's when I set guard posts. I'd be like, okay, your shift is 8 hours or 12 hours. Or you do 4 on, 4 off, 4 on, 4 off. Yeah. And like that's how you do it. Like 2 hours, that'd have been fucking posh.
Yeah, but no, you do. Yeah, but you do two.
But even like being able to like walk between the
no, that's the best bit. You're like so excited for that like little bit where you get let out of the house like a little dog. And he goes running, then you're like, oh, now I can go masturbate in the next hangar.
That would be like the same.
But like no, but like you're like, oh, this one's got a tree in my view.
Yeah,
the last one just had like the last one had desert and like or a burnt out tank, and you just spend like hours looking at every little rivet of that burnt out tank. And this little rack now, like through the scope, like. Oh, dude. I think, like, it's a lot of, like, how many hours compared to combat from guard to combat? What is that ratio? What is that ratio? Yeah. If not more.
Yeah.
If not more. I mean, it's, there's a lot of time to contemplate bad decisions in those places. Yeah. But let's pull it back to the hazing, because we were talking last night about, I was telling you about, like, someone getting kicked in the face for, like, he was lying down in a guard post.
Yeah.
And he got kicked in the face, and the guy I think that was one of the reasons he got bounced out of the army. Mm-hmm. Where we were saying we were all for it because he's putting everyone's lives at risk by being in that position.
Kick him twice.
What's your thoughts on that, man?
I kicked a guy who was sleeping on posts. I threw a guy off a post who was sleeping.
That was a good story.
Yeah,
tell that to people.
I came into the post and like. I crept my way up the ladder because I wanted to catch him sleeping. Like I'm at that moment, like I'm a predator. Like because at that point, if I catch him sleeping, then I get to fuck him up, and that's something to my evening. It's eventful. If everybody's just doing their job, it's boring. So I creep up there, and this motherfucker is cutting logs, and so I grab him by the back of the flak jacket.
You know what I mean.
I throw him on the ground, and like this particular evening, the company commander was touring the different battle positions, so the company commander's convoy was right there, and so I'm about to blast this motherfucker, and I was like, oh shit. I'm a big type to like praise in public, counsel in private, because if all they just see is you screaming at somebody, just think your squad or your platoon is fucked up. You know,
that's a good point.
So. Right as I'm about to blast this cocksucker, I'm like, shit, the CO's here. I don't want him to think that I'm a turret because he's a direct reflection of me. Mm-hmm. Like your men are a direct reflection of you. And so I start chewing his ass in like a low grumble, and people are just like, they're telling me afterwards, they're like, bro, what the fuck was that? I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, dude, it sounded like Batman was up there chewing ass. You fucking piece of shit, I'll fucking kill you. I'll fucking kill you. You fucking fall asleep again. And it's like, it sounded like Batman was chewing something's ass. And EP, please beep that name. So what I need you to do now is take a time mark so you don't have to listen to the whole episode and you know exactly where to beep it. Thank you.
At least put your pants
I'm keeping it on mine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's staying on mine. First Amendment. Fuck it.
And then so that wasn't the end of it. Like at this point, like I'm pissed off because I can't actually scream at him. And then he stands up and I was a bit more flexible in my youth. I can still get my leg up there, but not quite as high. So I Sparta kicked him in the chest, and I didn't realize how close he was to the edge. He went.
Oh, good.
Not one morse of regret.
Yeah.
And he hit the ground, and like an accordion, like all the fucking air left
I think
his body.
he probably had some regret.
Every decision he had made from walking up to the recruiter to boot camp.
All flashes of
regret,
And bam, he hits the fucking ground. All the air goes out of his fucking lungs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you alive? He's like, yes, Sergeant. I can't breathe. I was like, if you could talk, you could breathe. Get the fuck back on post. And so he went back up there. But yeah,
did he fall asleep again?
I'm sure he did.
I don't think he ever slept again.
But just not when I
killed himself.
Yeah, just not when I was the sergeant of the guard.
Right.
You know? Because there's times like I fell asleep in the porta shitter when I was on watch, you know, but I had the radio next to my head.
Yeah.
And it wasn't my job to be actively watching, because when you're a boot, like, especially being in Iraq, like, that shit sucked because every fucking window could be a sniper.
Yeah.
Every fucking rooftop, every fucking whatever. And there'd be sometimes you just sitting there, and then all of a sudden, pow, and the fucking glass shatters. Yeah. Like, well, thank you for that.
Yeah. Dude, the radio was a great one, though, because I always like listening on the radio, and you can hear the people who are bluffing, who have pretended that they've just woken up with a headset on, and they're pretending that they've heard the last message properly or whatever, and they're coming in, and you can hear, like, you know when somebody's like, you're like, I'm awake, like that. Always used to be funny, like, hearing people drifting off, or people that just, like, pretend to have, like, difficult, like, fucking reception. Because what I used to do in the back of the vehicle all the time was too hot in there to stay awake. You just couldn't.
Yeah.
It was like basically a big fucking steel oven.
Yeah.
We're walking around, you know, driving around it. And I'd have the same, like, but the door would creak open, and that drop from, like, 2 zillion degrees to, like, 1 zillion degrees was enough to go, like, oh, it's this beautiful breeze coming in. I feel like I'm on a lovely tropical island. And then, like, a bit of squawking in the headset, and then you're like, oh, fuck. And you stumble out the back of the vehicle, someone points to a box, you walk over, you kick it, doesn't blow up, and you go... And they go, right, we're back in. And you go back in and you just do it again. That's pretty much my memory of Iraq. Stumbling around drunk. It's stumbling around drunk without like, being drunk. It was a lot cheaper than it what I do now.
Exactly. Much better shape, like natural detox.
Oh, yeah.
Because like, I'd be sitting there and I'd be like, all right, you know, all towers is SOG, be advised, radio check over. And like, you know, post 1, Roger, post 2, licking chicken. I'm like, fucking boot, you know, leave the chart loud and clear.
Licking chicken. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
How do we lose a war to you guys? Fucking licking chicken.
Two, by the way. Yeah.
And then save 2 more.
So I would debate about that.
But then, you know, and then after that, it'd be like, all right, post 4, like, wouldn't answer. And I'd be like, post 4. And I'm sitting there just like, from like the COC watching, and then I see a fucking canteen go flying over and hit the camo net on post 4. Oh yeah, post 4, Roger. I was changing the batteries.
That's a classic. That's a good one. Yeah.
Fuck you, man. Like, because I know I changed all the batteries when you went on post. So fuck you.
The amount of times that like, and I've done this too, my batteries have failed on the moments of inspection. Do you guys have the electronic countermeasure stuff out there? Do you used to hump that stuff around?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like the chameleons.
Chameleons I don't know like how much you can talk about with this stuff, so I'm just gonna. All I will say is that whoever designed it
years ago, they haven't figured it out by now.
Yeah, well, if you are listening and you're the designer who made those, massively fuck you, because they came with a battery that had to go on the bottom. To get the battery on the bottom of them, they had like a butterfly clip on each side that you had to put like clips up and over, and then turn them both at the same time, and it wouldn't go on. This is the most life-saving piece of equipment you've got, and they couldn't make a simple fucking way of putting it on the fucking thing.
Yeah, it's like
Jesus Christ!
Fucking twist some fat chick's nipples, like right when she's about to come.
And you're doing this in the back of a vehicle that's bumping around everywhere. The tracks, it's dark. You can't see anything. And I'm just thinking, like, you massive cunt. You are sitting at home right now, probably counting your money and diving in a pool like Scrooge McDuck because you sold this shit to the government, who, as we know, play pretty nice on that stuff, and you couldn't make a fucking clip to put this fucking thing on. And I just, in the end, you go, fuck it. I would rather die than fuck around with these clips anymore.
Oh, 100%. So, that being said, I hope random Corporal had your question answered. Actually, I'd like to get your guys' takes on this.
Okay.
A friend of mine, she's in the Air Force, and she was just like, man, like, I have all these fucking ribbons, and I didn't actually do anything. I didn't, like, actually earn them. It's kind of bullshit. Like, 9 out of these 10 are, like, participation ribbons, you know, like, you get them automatically. And I was thinking about that. You look at, like, some of the most hardcore motherfuckers that came out of, like, World War II. They'd have, like, Purple Heart, Medal of Honor, Silver Star, like John Basilone. Yeah. You know, they have, like, and a campaign medal, and, like, 3 ribbons, 3 or 4 ribbons. And now... like, you have people who come back from their first deployment with, like, 8 ribbons. Yeah. Like, how do you guys feel about that?
I feel like, military decorations have just, like, mirrored the culture of, like, I deserve something for doing nothing. So I do feel like a lot of people are over-decorated nowadays. Because I remember the Navy was talking about, like, if you score excellent, like, a couple years in a row on your fitness, then you'll get a ribbon for it, like a great fitness ribbon or whatever. Like they were talking, that was like that was a real discussion. Yeah, so I absolutely agree. A lot of people are over decorated nowadays.
Damn, I'm just like, that fact in
Yeah.
itself has just made me want to vomit.
How do you think I felt?
Like, oh, that's
I
gross.
mean, if they approved it, I'd get that ribbon.
I think the British Army system is pretty good. I've done 3 tours. I have 2 medals. I got 1 for Iraq, 1 for Afghanistan. You don't get one the second time you go. Yeah. It's like you've already had one. Yeah. Fuck it. So
you get like a little star.
Yep.
Yeah. You do, like they're not actually that kind of like a number thing either. They do it for some things and some for others. It's not weird. But yeah, I got with 2 medals. Quite happy with them.
Yeah.
And then I know, so I like, don't get me wrong, right? There's definitely been instances where I'm like, this is ridiculous. This person 100% deserved something. Because your units may be attached to another battle group, they're putting their own people through because they have quotas on these things and all that shit. And I've seen ones where race or gender has been involved. And it's not a knock on the people who received them because they didn't fucking ask for it. Yeah, but I've definitely seen that happen.
And I don't care who gets pissed off at saying this. You look at fucking the current Marine Corps fucking recruiting commercials, and like 9 out of fucking 10 people on there are like minorities. But then you actually go out to a goddamn infantry unit, it's like white dude, white dude, white dude, white dude, black dude, white dude, white dude, Asian, white dude, white dude.
British Army infantry is predominantly a white thing, right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with saying that. It's just the way it is. It's a fucking fact. And it doesn't. And it's like, so if you're a black lad and you earn a medal, you should get the medal. If you're a white lad, you earn a medal, you should get the medal. Mm-hmm. You know, there's like, there's a chick in the UK. She did something where she did what a lot of other people were doing at the time, and she was a young private and medic, and she did her job, and she got a military cross for it, and fair play to her. She did a job, but there was a lot of other people doing their job too, who didn't. Yeah. And again, it's not a knock on her. I just hate seeing... I hate seeing people used as pawns in like political games and stuff like that. When it comes down to people who feel like they didn't earn their ribbon, look, man, there's like, I'm going to address the camera. There's a lot of ways to serve. And if you feel like you didn't do enough service overseas, well, I think everyone feels that way anyway. I'm sure there's some fucking Delta operators out there who are like, oh man, I never did this and I never was on point on that. Yeah. Right. Everyone I fucking talk to feels that way. And it's just one of those things that, like, I'm sure look, you mentioned John Basilone, he's a fucking hero of mine. He didn't feel like he did enough.
Right.
He went back. Yes, yeah. He didn't feel like he went enough. So if the fucking legend himself feels that way, I think everyone else has permission to feel that way.
Yeah, and the fact that some skeezy fucking mortarman, some fucking tube-stroking piece of shit, like no man who could be fucking armed and facing John Basilone could survive his onslaught, but some piece of shit with a fucking tube from a half a click away or a click away, he's the one that took fucking Basilone down? Like, are you fist fucking me?
I love that guy, man. We got to do Basilone shots later. That's the thing that we actually have, like, with the guys I stay with in San Clemente by Camp Pendleton, we actually bought a big poster of him that we could put up on the wall.
Nice.
Because,
awesome.
like, and take shots to him, man. Because, like, that's a fucking, like, any aspiring infantryman listening or anything, that's a fucking guy you need to, like, you're never going to be him.
Right.
But fucking hell.
Unless Germany wants to go around 3.
What's up?
What's up?
Yeah. But no, I mean, that's the person to aspire to be, man. But like you said, he didn't feel like he did enough.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So that's a good segue into our next bit. We'd like to, because we talk about like all the legends that we've studied through history and stuff like that. But I'd like to talk a little bit about like some of the men that we've met, like we've known in person, that have inspired to great things. We only have about 10 minutes left on this bit, so we'll try to keep it brief each. And so I'll start out. There was a guy that I served with in 2 different units actually, and I wasn't there for these events, but from all the eyewitnesses and the awards and stuff, a guy named Woldridge, he won the Navy Cross, which is the second highest award. Mm-hmm. And so, long story short, he was on a mounted convoy, and they took contact, they dismount, they assaulted through, killed a bunch of guys, and this dude was a big bench-made motherfucker. He was massive. And so instead of an M4, he carried a saw as his personal weapon, as a squad leader. And so he's covering his guys bounding back to their vehicles, and he hears some Arabic... Actually, no, I'll take that back. It was, I think, Pashtun. For the region. And some Pashtun coming around the corner. And he was like, oh, shit. So he popped around the corner, and there was like 3 or 4 bad guys there. And he's like, well, hello. Yeah. Have you met my friend?
Exactly.
At 249. Yeah. And so he wastes like 3 of them, like right then and there. And so he pops around the corner to reload. And the last guy who he didn't get comes around the corner with the RPK. And so he pulls the RPK out of this kid's hands and just beats him to death with his own rifle. Yeah. Just like fucking owns him.
So
and he got
right now.
I know. It's so great.
Massive erection. And so he beats this kid to death with his own weapon. And like you talk to this guy, dude, fucking humblest dude in the world.
Yeah,
You know, like he never wanted to brag about it or like make puns, which I was totally waiting for. Like I'd set him up for that. You know?
Yeah.
Be like, man, like I'd like to beat my meat. Anything you've beaten recently? I'm like, yeah, man, with his own gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and I just would have came, you know.
I kind of hope that he did like that, you know, like Bunny on Platoon. See the fucking head come apart. I really kind of hope that he referenced Platoon in that moment.
Oh, totally. And so, like, you know, he was like a young corporal too.
Yeah.
And so it's like you imagine this fucking kid. He was like, you know, a younger kid, and you know, everything in the fucking world. Like he grew up in some shithole, and then he got recruited or whatever. And he's thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna get me some.
Right.
And then this massive fucking brolic motherfucker comes around the corner and kills him with his own weapon. Like the last flash of moment that went through that kid's head. You know, like the buttstock of his own weapon. So who you got?
Dude, I got a few. I mean, I'd fucking serve with some fucking badasses. Like I mentioned earlier, one of our medics, Emma, like, just consistently seen her, like, because there's a difference between, like, you know, a lot of infantry guys, we just want to fucking fight. And, like, but, you know, there's sometimes, like, that is actually the easier part than being the person that's picking up the literal pieces of your friends. Like, so it's like, you know, I feel like, the medics, like, so just shout out to, like, fucking any medics that do that kind of stuff. I'm working with a couple of people on some books at the moment, telling their kind of stories, and so I'm going to shout out a few of these guys. One of them is Major Adam Jowett. He led Easy Company in Musakala in 2006. I'm just going to give the short stories on all of these. Mm-hmm. He basically took an understrength company into a town that was fucking fully Taliban, and they fought toe to toe for weeks. And then I wrote a book about it. It's called No Way Out. Go and get it. Well, I wrote it with Adam, and his story is insane. Something like in the first 2 days, they had over 50 danger close missions. Wow. Like in the first 2 days, because they were literally there was an MSR between their compounds and the Taliban ones, and they had A-10s coming up and down that constantly because it was the only way. Like it was grenades going back and forth. It was like
fuck you, no fuck you.
Yeah. Oh, it was massive. Like, and he went to the mass. They had like a Taliban masquerade. Like they fucking murked like hundreds of these motherfuckers. Yeah. So, like, but, like, the reason I love him is because he's just, like, he's the epitome of a leader. Yeah. He really is. So there's a couple other guys I'm not going to mention right now, so I don't want them to feel left out because I'm not mentioning them because I want to wait for the right time with the books. But one guy I do want to mention, well, two guys, actually, both from the same regiment, both military cross winning, bayonet charge leading motherfuckers. Yeah. One of them is Sean Jones. And I got a lot of respect for Sean. I'm not going to go into why because that's his own story to tell, which you can hear on my podcast at Veterans Day of Mind.
Shameless.
But no, Sean's like a fucking legend. You know, he's did a lot of tours, did a lot of fucking shit. And the other guy is Brian Wood, military cross winner, who also has a book coming out in February. It's called Double Cross. Brian, fucking know me. And the reason I got so much respect for Brian is not only did he, and he'd be the first one to say this, you know, he got told, you know, because basically they came into an ambush in Alamara 2004. Mm-hmm. Came into a big ambush, and he was told, dismount, clear the enemy positions. So he stuck the pointy thing on the end of his rifle, and he went and cleared those fucking positions.
Oh, man.
And they had Dushkers and all sorts, and him and his I think it was two guys, the three of them cleared this Russian trench system of 20 enemy. Or thereabouts.
Moving along.
And he did that. Now, but the reason I have so much respect for Brian is because what happened afterwards is the families, there was British ambulance chasing lawyers contacted those families of the dead Iraqis saying, oh, we think there was war crimes done on your people.
Oh my God.
So, like, look at the state of these bodies. Clearly they've been mutilated after death. No, it's called what happens when a 30mm cannon, it's a fucking body.
Right. Yeah.
But they convinced these families to press charges and everything like that. This was all paid for, by the way, by the British government, and they chased him. They chased him through the courts time and time and again. The first time he met his lawyer that was provided to him by the military was when he was in the court. He's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm your Ministry of Defence like representative, whatever."
Fucking bullshit.
He had to pay for it all himself.
Yeah.
And he's still serving while this is going on. While this is going on, they send him on another deployment. So they're like, oh well, yeah, we think you could be a war criminal, but go on this other deployment,
right? Yeah.
And so it's like, well, look, were you behind him? Or you not behind him? Yeah. He went through all this fucking stuff. He finally got his name cleared because obviously it was absolute fucking bullshit. Yeah. He got no help, and the British public was saying how much bullshit this is. And then I think it was David Cameron when he came in as Prime Minister. He fucking this company because the lawyer who was behind this, he's making bank.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of other cases going on too. Long story short is like Brian is totally exonerated and all that fucking stuff. But the reason I have so much respect for him and he's my badass of the podcast is because dealing with that stuff after, oh dude, I'm not saying I would have put a round in my own head, but I certainly would have put one in someone else's. And for him to have gone through it all with the utmost professionalism, like he never came out and slated the army, I fucking would have. He never murdered the lawyer, I fucking would have. And like for him to have gone through all that. And he was still serving. Oh, by the way, he took a year out. He took a year out of the army to deal with some of this stuff as well. And then the army were like, "Oh, well, you don't get your pension now because you took a year out." So he has been royally fucked. But he's fucking killing it now. His book's coming out. Like I'm dead excited about that for him. He's killing it in business. He's inspiring a lot of people. He's just an all-around legend of look. And to have gone through all that, it would I'm bitter about it. It didn't even happen to me. So he is probably the most badass motherfucker that I can, I can shout out.
Yeah. So, Mike, would you like to round us out?
I don't want to name drop per se. I mean, you guys know me a little bit. I know a couple good people, but I will say, whenever I find out somebody's highly decorated, for like a story I've heard of, like secondhand, and I find out, oh, that was you, that's really cool for me because a lot of the people I know who have those big, high-impact awards, you know about it because they talk about it. And it's kind of like, okay, you did something cool, but that's enough. But yeah, I find out all the time, like just friends, like I'll be shooting the shit with and like having coffee with, and it's like, my third Silver Star, blah blah. I'm like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
That happens all the time, and it's the coolest feeling because like you're just shooting shit with them, and it humanizes them actually. So yeah, I don't want to do any names per se. Because Dan loves when I name drop, but yeah, it's really cool, man. It's really humbling.